Hi there, it's me, Missy, and I wanted to do a quick YouTube, sort of a vlog style. And there's something I wanted to touch on, and it is working from home. I work from home full time. I have a full-time career. I'm also a yoga instructor, and yoga is really what brings kind of the peace to my life. But I wanted to talk about working from home. Um, I've been working full time from home. I do have a full time career, and I work for a large business. And I moved to Montana. My family, we moved to Montana at the beginning of COVID, and and I was working remotely, and I do not have any in Montana. I don't have any offices where I lived before in Oregon. I could go into an office. So I don't have that option anymore. So working remotely is an absolute situation. It's not, I can't just, pop off to the office or check in. Like that's not how it works. But so when COVID hit, like March 2020, everything shut down. And I do work in the hospitality industry. And what I do is very support based to the hospitality industry in the sales arena. And so I kept working, but I worked remotely, just like everyone else did. And that was in March 2020. And it is now almost November 2022. So in like 3 or 4 months, it will be 3 years that I am 100% remote. And I should add, I am married and I have two children. I have nine at this time. I have 9-year-old twins and they're in school full time. So I wanted to talk about 6 things that are really important for working remotely. And I wanted to just walk through those. The first one is making sure what I have, and these are working for me. Okay. These are my 6 non-negotiables for working at home. Number one, number one, create a workspace. I have an office. When we bought this home, we made sure that I have an office. I actually have a dual space that is a full one half of the space is an office, and the other half is a yoga studio. That is very privileged. I know that. But even if I were single and lived in a studio, I would say to suggest, I would create a corner and make sure that that space does not move. It is a stay space, meaning that all of the items that are there stay there. Your computer, don't work out of a laptop. Find a way to work out of a desktop so that you can sit up and that you can be comfortable and you're not working in a little tiny keyboard. But create a workspace that you can, essentially clock in and clock out of. Even if you're a salary based employee, you should have a start and an end time in mind. This is simply for balance. This isn't us trying to, not work extra hard. This is all about creating your personal time, a difference between your personal time and your work time because it bleeds into one another. So having a good workspace. The next one is sticking to a schedule. Write yourself a schedule. Know what time you start your day and what time you plan on ending your day. Include breaks, include meals. I include a brisk walk outside. I have a 1 mile loop that I like to do around lunchtime that I will do after this. This is actually my lunchtime. And I was thinking about this a lot and I wanted to put something up on my YouTube because I hadn't done it in a little while. But this is really important, as well as social intercourse or interactions. When you work by yourself, you don't have a lot of social time. Whereas when I was in an office, I could just walk down the hall. I could go to someone's office. I could go, even a block away to visit a friend. But I could fit that in. I could have 20 minutes of just social, non work interaction. And it's very easy to not get that. And it makes your work days really difficult after a while if you're not getting the opportunity to give your mind a break. It's very easy when you work remotely. A lot of people will say I do more work in one day than I used to in 3, and it's because there's no social interaction and you're not setting a schedule and taking breaks. Take your breaks. So work, stick to a schedule. This one's really important. Number three, get dressed. Get up, make sure, brush your hair, put your hair up, put your, skin lotion on, whatever. For me, I like to put my eyebrows on, and I put some clothes on, put some presentable working clothes on. Now, obviously, we don't have to wear heels in our home office, but I like to put a nice pair of pants on and a blouse or a shirt. But just so that I can recognize that I am working in my office. It's important for me. I think during COVID, we all really enjoyed having soft pants on for a while. Soft pants was the term. But the truth is that you will feel a little more alert if you are dressed for the part. Also, I work in teams a lot and I do a lot of training, and it's important to me to look, it's some, to look like I have gotten out of bed and gotten myself ready for the day. Like I am prepared to do what the task that's in front of us. So please get dressed. Now, number four, this is some of these ones that I'm going to go into are more family based. If you maybe have a partner at home, or if you're married, have kids, or maybe if you're home and you have kids. Some of these, there's just three to go, but they're pretty important for me. The first one is to not take on more. Just because you're located in the home does not mean that you should be unloading the dishwasher and that you should have everybody's meals ready when they get home. Your workday ends just like everyone else's workday ends. So it's not necessary for you to do more. I'm really lucky. My spouse does not expect that of me. If I do happen to do it, it's because I want to do something or I feel like doing something. It's not required of me. So like I don't have to unload the dishes. The breakfast dishes can be in the sink. That's fine. My lunch dishes can be in the sink. I don't have to clean things up and do the laundry or take my lunch break and pop out and grab the groceries. I actually have the groceries delivered, so no one has to. Um, you should, if you have this, look around. Our groceries are, if they're over a certain amount, there's no fee to have them delivered. So I just make sure I wait until I have enough groceries so that I hit that amount and then they're delivered. And then we don't have to do the whole family in the grocery store thing. And what happens is I don't spend as much money either. So highly suggest it if you have that, or if they have a small annual fee that is inside of your budget, it's definitely worth it. You'll save that money. The fee amount, you'll probably save that just by not making impulse purchases. So I highly suggest it. A lot of stores have an app. So don't do the groceries on your work time. If it's your lunch break, have your lunch. And that's another, and yard work. You don't need to mow the lawn or weed the flower beds because you're home and it's summertime. If you're working, you're working. Now, if you want to take your work out on the back deck because you can and you're able to get your work done, that makes sense. But do your job and don't take that time and take on extra of, the family work. I think that's very important. Number five, do not become the default. And by that, I mean mostly people who have kids, or maybe it's an animal or something. But if you become the default parent, that means that everything falls on you. So because you work from home, you can go run the kids around, or you can do this and that, or you can change schedules around. I did that a lot with things like gymnastics and swim, and I would sign them up for the early ones. But what happened is that I just end up having to work when everybody gets home and it's their relaxed time. Then I go back to my office and I work for 2 more hours. So don't do that. I was cheating myself and cheating my family out of family time. So that was a big lesson that I want to offer you. So you don't have to learn it. I learned it for both of us. Don't become the default parent. Allow your partner to help with walking the dog or taking the kids to swim or whatever. But it's really important to share those things. And, that's what life's about. It's about creating something that you create together or in whatever grouping that you are. If you have kids, don't be the person who cleans their rooms for them. Maybe if you're a single parent, don't become the default housekeeper. When they come home, they can clean toilets or they can put their clothes away. It's just, don't start doing extra because you're there. Treat it like you're not there, I guess is my point. And my last one is really important, and it has to do with your PTO time, your private personal time off or vacation that comes, your paid vacation. Take it. And when you take it, don't go to that space that you've created for yourself to work in. It's really important that you are actually taking the time off because your office is in your home and it can create a not very restful environment. I mean, I would even say if you have a garage that has space that you can block off an area and I don't know, go to Goodwill and find some walls or something so that you can not see your workspace, that would be great. Mine is on like 2 floors up from the main floor. And it's great because when I leave, it's not in my face. Like I'm down here and this is my laptop and I don't have work around me. If you can see, I'm like on my sofa and I actually have a cup of coffee and I'm taking a break. And it's very important because when I go back to my work, then I will be very industrious. But something that's really important is that you will burn yourself out. And there's no need to burn yourself out. If you like your job, do your job, but you don't have to do three people's jobs. Do the job that you were hired for. And obviously, just, do a great job. But um, take your vacation. It's part of your package. Paid time off is very important because if you don't take it, basically you throw it away. So don't throw away that time off. So, anyways, I hope that these tips help you. I would love to hear what you're doing to make your work from home life more balanced. I plan on taking you for a little tour around my work office at some point and show you how I have set things up because it has become really it's a very successful space for me, and I'd love to offer tips, but I'd also love to get tips. So let me know what you're doing to make your work from home life manageable. And as always, like and subscribe. It definitely helps my channel get out there, and I'd love to meet and get in front of as many people as possible. Thanks a lot.